Hi guys, Crystal here from Homemaking on the Homestead, and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to walk you through a session of batch cooking, breakfast foods. I filmed this prior to my whole hand fiasco. And yes, I got all my stitches removed, so I'm making progress on that, right? Anyway, but I had the video about 3/4 of the way done, so I need to step in here a couple times just to kind of finish off the video, I guess. I didn't do an ending either. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video and gives you some inspiration to put away a few foods in your freezer every now and then. It took me about 2.5 hours or so to do all that I did, plus get the dishes washed. So, you know, it was a nice use of my afternoon. And boy, I tell you, while I was in the hospital, it was greatly appreciated. And even after I came home, to have the breakfast foods there ready to go and make it no hassle, no fuss. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, you guys, this afternoon I am batch cooking, and if you saw my video recently on batch cooking, then you know that is when I make a large portion of different items, or even just one item, and then I can put them in the freezer for later use. This morning, or this afternoon I should say, I am doing breakfast foods, and I am doing more than one thing, and I'm just going to try to coordinate my time in here and make the most use of it. I did a video recently on how to be more efficient with your time in the kitchen, and if you did not see that video, I can link it up here so that you can check that out, because I have more ideas than just batch cooking in that video. In the meantime, let me show you what I have going on. So the first thing that I am going to get started with is some maple oat waffles. And I am going to do them in my little Dash mini waffle maker. So if all I was doing while I was in the kitchen was making waffles, I basically have to be twiddling my thumbs as each waffle cooks, which takes about 4 minutes. So that's why I decided I can do more than that while I'm in the kitchen. So I'm going to get that going first. Then I'm moving over to here. I have a couple pounds of sausage already cooked. I still need to cook up my hash browns. I have tortillas, flour tortillas, and I've scrambled some eggs, and so, yep, that's going to be turned into breakfast burritos. And the third thing that I decided to do was make some all-purpose, all-inclusive breakfast muffins. And what do I mean by that? Well, I am going to be making 1 dozen muffins, and in this muffin mix, I am going to add some of these scrambled eggs, some of the cooked sausage, and cheese as well. Which I didn't pull out yet, but that is how I'm going to do that. I've never done that before. I got this idea from Anita. Thank you, Anita, if you're watching this video, and I'm excited to try and see how that turns out. And of course, I'll let you know. So that is my plan, and I'm going to get back to you as I'm working away in the kitchen. So the muffin mix that I am using for this recipe is my own bulk muffin mix. I've shared it here before. I will be putting a link down below to that, so that if you want to use that muffin mix, you can, or you can just use your favorite muffin mix. It doesn't really matter. It's a pretty simple recipe. All the links to the recipes you will find below in the description box. I wanted to share a little tip with you guys while I'm busy doing all this, that I had about 12 eggs in my refrigerator, and I wanted more than 12 eggs for all this cooking that I was doing. So I pulled out eggs out of my freezer that I put in there last year. So last year, this is a tip, if you have chickens and your chickens are producing way more eggs than you can eat, or if you find a great deal on eggs, then, you know, this is a great idea. So last year what I did is I measured out 3 eggs, put them in my blender, blended them up until they were smooth, put them into the Ziploc bags like this, and marked on them how many eggs I put in there, and I froze them. I have currently been letting some of these defrost, and I'm going to be cooking them up. It works perfect. You can use them for baking as well as scrambled eggs. So just a little tip there for you if you have an abundance of eggs. Okay, so now you can see I have everything ready to go so I can start rolling up burritos. My waffles, I've already gotten going on those. I am going to throw my muffin batter together really quickly, and then I will be able to add the eggs and sausage and cheese to that in just a little bit and get those cooking in the oven. I put about a half a cup of scrambled eggs and a half a cup of sausage and maybe a cup of cheese into these muffins, and we really liked them. I would say that if I made any changes next time, I would add more cheese and more egg and more sausage. I'd probably double what I did because they just were full of so much goodness, and I think that if they had a little bit more of that goodness, they would be even better. So when I was all done with the breakfast burritos, I laid them out on the tray, as you can see, and then I did a flash freeze on them. So each one of them were frozen individually, and when they were done, I took them and put them into a Ziploc bag, and you do that so they don't all stick together in one big clump. Also, I did the same thing with the muffins. I just tossed them in a bag. They don't really stick together, so it wasn't an issue. As you can see, we've already eaten quite a few of those, but that's how I dealt with that. And the waffles, I do the same thing with the waffles. They just get put right into a freezer bag. They don't really stick together either. If they do, they're easy to pop apart, and we just heat these up in the toaster because they are that perfect 4-inch size, so they just go right in the toaster. And like I said, it's been so nice to have all these breakfast foods on hand. All right, you guys, I hope this inspires you to do a little batch cooking on your own and, you know, stock some food away. It's a great use of time in the kitchen, and, you know, it could be a savings over maybe choosing more expensive things or heading out to breakfast because you're on the run. It's so easy to grab one of those muffins, heat them up in the microwave, and you've got food on the go if you need it. But in any case, like I said, I hope this gives you some inspiration for doing some batch cooking for your own freezer. All right, you guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.